Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a day in the life of a trauma doctor. This is me waking up at 6 p.m. for my call at 7 p.m. It's my third night in a row of working night shifts, so I'm pretty tired, but I'm also pretty excited. Working in trauma can be really fun, and the problems can be pretty straightforward, but pretty fun to fix. Stethoscope, glasses, and scrubs, check. All that's left is to take the elevator, walk across the road, and head into another sleepless night. I'm so excited! A big part of being a doctor that people don't realize is actually a lot of paperwork. So here I am ordering blood tests for patients, x-rays as well. This is me making notes. Making notes is a huge part of medicine because having everything documented legally is really important, especially in trauma where people might come back for police cases and things like that. So this is the first case of the night. I had to suture close this cut that this guy had on his forehead. Suturing is really fun, and I actually was really proud of the way this came out. One of the best parts of being a junior doctor is you're always learning, and here we were talking about an x-ray where we were learning how to identify fecal loading, which sounds gross, but is actually really important. So I'm heading back home. I live across the street, which is really nice. Getting about a 3-hour rest. It's a bit early, it's only 9:30, so I probably won't sleep. Yeah, maybe I'll do some drawing or something like that. I'm always taken aback by how pretty the lighting is. This soft orange light is just so lovely, and I always see it on my way back. Yeah. This is where I stay. Yeah, so it was not a very busy night, thankfully. I'm so tired. 3 nights in a row will just really take it out of you. But basically saw one patient who ended up having, it's not really a Boxer's fracture, it's a fracture of just the bone here. It's quite swollen, so we referred to orthopedics. And then we had another patient who had a stabbed chest. Basically just sutured that, and then now we're going to do a repeat chest x-ray. And then we had a patient who had some head trauma, so that was the one that I just sutured. So after getting back in, the most hectic case I saw was this one. This guy had been assaulted by someone he knew, and he'd sustained this massive laceration to his chest. The whole thing when he came in was gaping, and this laceration to his neck. Luckily it was all very superficial, so I was able to stitch it up without needing him to go into surgery. And I must say, I was really, really proud of the stitches that I did. So luckily, the night really quietened down after that, and I managed to get some playtime with my Nintendo Switch while listening to some tech podcasts on my iPad. Normally, I really enjoy the work I said after 3 night shifts in a row. You start to really feel it. Getting to watch the sunrise is always the best part of the call. Just something really lovely about it. So the call is coming to an end. I've got 3 hours left. It wasn't too bad of a night after that suture, the suture that I did, but we did have one hilarious patient at 3 in the morning. He came in and he was holding his neck like this, and there was load shedding, so it was dark, so I couldn't see anything. And he was holding his neck like this, and he was saying, and it was like a stabbed neck. And I was freaking out because my senior just stepped out to get a coffee, and so I was thinking, how do I manage a stabbed neck? There's so many structures in there. Do I just keep compressed until I get surgery? Or I was like, can you move your hand so I can see it? And he was like, no doc, I can't move my hand. If I move my hand, I'm gonna die. It's squirting blood. I need to call my family before I remove my hand. Eventually, this man bloody takes his hand off, and there's nothing there. Not a scratch, not a mark, nothing. He nicked his hands, so he had a little bit of blood on the hands, and he assumed that it was coming from his neck for some reason. My God, the amount of relief. I don't think I've ever seen the sisters or the nurses laugh that hard. So, I'm leaving. It's 10 a.m. Well, actually, it's 9:40. My senior was really nice and decided to let me go a bit early. This is the beach. Towards the end, I saw this patient's whole arm, the skin had been basically sheared off. So it's like a flap of skin. It's too gruesome. I can't really show it here on YouTube. But I stitched it up. Like, I spent about 2 hours stitching it up. I try to be as methodical and careful as possible. You know, you always want to consider, like, what if this was your brother or your sister? Problem is with stitches is like some of the skin comes jagged off. Like, so it's hard to like get it aligned perfectly. It's good work. I really enjoyed it. Like, I really, like, with my background in art, like something about having like a finished product that you can see and show is really satisfying. That is the end of my haul. Thank you for joining me. Now I'm gonna go for a virtual breakfast with my girlfriend. Yeah, peace.